Junk advertising is one of the reasons that I started this channel, and in today's video, we have one of the worst offenders. Welcome, I'm Murawski. This is the channel that helps you own better, look better, and live better. The start of this channel really began a long time ago in my work van, and I was searching through my BlackBerry at the time, remember those? Looking for the best work pants that money could buy. I was tired of blowing through cheap work pants, and I wanted something that was good. I was looking for a good quality option, and all I could find was plenty of articles that were clearly bought and paid for, third-party advertisements, and all kinds of bullshit like that. And it really pissed me off because clearly these articles were written by people who have never done my job, don't know what I need, and by the time that I realized I bought a crap product, they're already off, and it's way past the 30-day window or whatever you have to return this thing. Companies love people like us, people who are out there working with our hands and don't have time to do exhaustive research into the best product for our needs. That's why I'm here. So is Brunt, the latest company making the most noise, worth your money? Now, the first time I ever heard about Brunt was back in 2021 when they emailed me about doing a review. And I always do my research on the brand. The first thing I thought was, that's a weird name. Second thing I thought was, I'm not gonna waste my audience's time with a cemented, imported, somewhat cheap looking boot. There's plenty of those out there. What makes these things worth my time? So I declined, politely sent that back. And it was about a year later, I got the exact same email again. I mean, it was a cut and paste job, clearly, which to me is an immediate red flag. But this seems to be the procedure for a good scumbag digital marketing campaign. Think of Movement or True Classic Tees. Get a bunch of 5-star reviews, whether they're real or purchased, doesn't matter. Promote those reviews through ad campaigns, reach out to influencers with no integrity for positive reviews, competence is not a prerequisite, and dangle a 10% commission to keep those sales rolling in. There are entire businesses based on this strategy. So as a customer, you'll read the reviews, maybe you'll do a little bit of cursory research if you have the time. After all, you're out there making money and living your life. Then you'll make a purchase based on what you see. So let's go through that sequence of events with Brunt. Now here are some of the headlines from Brunt's ads. Work boots you'll never want to take off. Sounds good. High quality boots designed with real workers. Well, they honestly do sound great. And let's look at some 100% real, not bought at all, totally honest, unbiased reviews like this one from Subscription Addiction, because that's where I go for my reviews on workwear. Now, looking at this review, the title has SEO dripping off of it. Brunt versus Thorogood versus Red Wing, the work boot battle. So not only do they have the new guy, Brunt, which a lot of people probably aren't searching for, but they also have Red Wing and Thorogood, two of probably the most represented brands out there in construction. And this is written by Fernando, who looks like he is absolutely trustworthy. And right underneath that, it says sponsored. So as soon as you see that, you know that it's sponsored by one of these boots. Let's just guess which one's gonna win. Now, to their credit, they did throw a little bit of a dose of reality in there by giving some points to the other guys, but ultimately, who wins? Brunt, because of course they did. This is just one example. There are plenty others out there that really get under my skin, because when I want honest reviews about the gear that's gonna keep me safe and protect me at work, I wanna make sure that it's written by people who know what I need. And that's what really pisses me off about this kind of advertising, this kind of SEO, clickbait, affiliate marketing bullshit really gets under my skin. So let's say you read that article and then you say, you know what? I know what the other two are like, Thorogood and Red Wing, so I'm gonna go ahead and try the Brunts. As a matter of fact, they really don't cost very much, and this article makes some good points. And then you choose the model that you want. For me, it's the Marin. And then you go to the reviews because you're not quite sure yet. You wanna read through the reviews and wow, this thing has almost 5,000 reviews with an average rating of 4.5, so it must be great. Let's look at some of these reviews. As promised, I walk over 10,000 steps in the facilities department of a hospital. I have plantar fasciitis and it's difficult for me to find a work boot. I work with boilers, pumps, blah, 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 blah. Been wearing the Marins for over 3 weeks and they are keepers. I love my not overpriced work boots and I hope they last a long time. You're gonna be disappointed. So I bought a pair of these Marin boots for myself with my own money to form my own opinion. Now let's look at the construction of these boots. The uppers are made of full grain chrome tanned leather, which is 2 millimeters or 5 ounces. Now, just for comparison, Red Wing is 2.4 millimeters, and the Pacific Northwest brands are usually 2.8 to 3.2 millimeters, so slightly thinner leather. They feature cemented construction with a fake PVC welt. The insole is foam with a fiberboard outsole, and they actually have a pretty cool insert system here, so you can kind of size them a little custom if you need to. They have a thermoplastic heel counter, they're made in China, and they cost $139. So I knew that I had a bias against these boots, and to be frank, I didn't trust myself with giving a really honest review. So luckily, a guy I work with is the same size boot as I am, and I gave them to him to wear for 30 days just to see how they hold up. Now, what we're doing right now is building a hospital. The steel is just coming out of the ground. They're pouring slabs. So these guys are doing a number of different tasks during the day. And Tyler, who is a fantastic apprentice, went through the whole month wearing these boots and nothing but, doing a ton of stuff. So let's see what he had to say about them.
The break-in wasn't as bad as some other boots. It is a break-in period, but it definitely was, not as bad. I will say at first they seemed a little bit better, maybe because they're light. So that aspect was a positive thing. But I think as time went on, you start to feel that because my general consensus is that they're very thin, especially on the bottom. That they're not boots meant for like walking long distances at all. Like you start moving long distances, working long hours in them and moving around a lot, you really do feel it in these boots. And feet are sore, definitely uneven ground, with your feet moving around a lot, you really feel like that through them essentially. Especially I'd say in the front part of the boot is kind of like it's very thin feeling is what I would describe it as. I think durability wise also is questionable, would lead me to question how much longer, like more abuse they would take. If I was on the rebar itself more, I don't know that these boots would survive much longer.
Yeah. And we're talking you've had them for 1 month.
Yeah,
Right? I mean,
because you can tell they're already starting to get ripped. The leather in the front, and obviously there's no type of rubber on these in the front, so I mean, it's you can tell it's probably a thinner material, but the soles aren't frippy. That's for sure. It's flat and it's like that's what I would recommend these for. If someone wants, I think they look decent. I'll give them that. And I think that if you wanted a work boot to do like some housework around the house and not break the bank, okay, like for that, I think they're solid. For construction work, heavy duty use, working, 8 hours plus a day, moving around constantly, lifting things up and down like the stairs all day and bending over and whatever, I would not recommend them.
This channel is all about you not wasting your hard-earned money, especially when it comes to workwear. When it comes to boots, most of us don't see them as a consumable item, something that you're gonna change out every couple months. When I was a mechanic, I actually did sort of do this because they would get covered in grease and oil, and gear oil just stinks. But when it comes to boots out on the construction site, most of us wanna get at least a year, maybe 3, maybe 5 out of them. And with some boot brands, that is absolutely possible. It didn't seem like that was the case with the Brunts. So the pros of the Brunt Marin, they're relatively affordable. They have a cool sizing system, like I said, with the insole for wide feet. They have a really neat speed hook / eyelet combo. Tools you wear is a great tagline, gotta admit it. The cons, they definitely have scummy marketing. The durability isn't great. The comfort only lasts a little while right in the beginning, probably right to the point where you cannot return them anymore. And they're made in China, which might be a big deal for you, and it might not. Now, it looks like Brunt is starting to move into different types of workwear as well. So work pants, work jackets, and work hoodies. Matter of fact, their work hoodie looks suspiciously like another brand that I am very, very fond of. So what are they doing? Not reinventing the wheel? Making the same kind of stuff, but cheaper and in China? No, I'll pass. Now, I don't have a problem with any company making money. That's the nature of capitalism. I do, however, take umbrage with bending of the truth to make a sale, as Brunt seems to do with their marketing. Most comfortable boots ever, but they only last a few months. High quality boots designed with real workers, but I have yet to find any real workers who like these boots. Your alternatives are somewhat limited at this price point, but I'd recommend looking at Jim Green, Thorogood, Keen USA, or simply saving up a little bit more money for a much higher quality boot like the Frank's Patriot, Drew's Logger, JK300, or White's Perry. Now, my goal on this channel is to provide you with a data point along your journey in finding whatever product suits you best. Do not just take my word for it. Go and check out other reviews out there. Just be skeptical of who is getting their pockets lined and who isn't. And especially with boots like this is a very crowded market. Workwear, work boots. Obviously, Brunt has raised a lot of money in order to do what they do. And I couldn't in good conscience recommend these boots for anybody who actually has to work for a living. Now, if you are a desk jockey, maybe you're a project manager who does occasionally have to go out on site, maybe in that case, they're great. But I gotta tell you, they don't live up to the marketing hype, and I haven't found anybody on site who believes that that's the case. Plenty of people have bought these boots on the job site that I'm on, and they all have the same kind of thing to say. Yeah, they were great for a little while, and then they started to fall apart. In this kind of society, this throwaway, I don't like it. I don't like the fast fashion idea. We believe in buying better things that you'll have for a long time, and that's just what I live by. So, and you may be the same, you may not be. I think that your mileage may vary. Maybe Brunt is perfect for you. But personally, I won't be buying any more of their products. Please don't ask me to review anymore. I don't want to waste my money on this stuff. And, with so many other great alternatives out there, Dickies, Carhartt, Duluth Trading Company, Patagonia Workwear, 1620, True Work, you name it. There are so many other great workwear brands out there that I think deserve your attention above these guys. In my opinion, if I had to just make a bet right now, I don't think they'll be around in 5 years. I don't think so. And I might eat my words. I might. I've been wrong before, once. Anyway, I'll catch you later.